Okay, hep around the house. Had a pool fail. Seam blew out, and it should. It's a 1.5 years old, right? So why would we want it to last any more than a 1.5 years? Don't ever buy a summer waves pool from Menards. They suck. So we have a lot of this leftover, I guess, vinyl. And what I want to do with it is make some wheel covers for the trailer so the wheels don't get dry rotted and sun, the sun will make them all crack. So we're going to try to avoid that. What I did here is I made a one-piece cover the other day. It didn't take very long, but I'm not very happy with it. We've got some seams that didn't quite seal up. What I did is I buried some magnets in it and used some glue. I used that glue right there. Loctite, vinyl, and plastic. That stuff works really nice. What it does is it melts everything together. It smells, and I bet you it's very similar to PVC glue. Not sure. Doesn't matter. So this is what I came up with for the first one anyways. You see how I've just buried magnets, folded them over. These magnets, oof, these are super strong magnets. Trying to pull this one off. Those don't have anything to do, these ones out here have nothing to do with it. There's actually magnets under this fold. Right here we've got this fold. And underneath that fold, there are magnets. So I'm going to go to the other side. I'm going to try a different recipe, I suppose. What I'm going to do is take this piece right here that I already have mounted up. And what I want to do is I want to get an accurate angle or curvature of this right here. I want to follow it around, bend it around the fender, make cuts to make a pleated seam. So what I'm going to do is use this jig to set on top of the fender and draw a line, strike a line to follow that angle, or that curvature. So hang on, if you don't understand what I mean, it'll become quite apparent in just a second. Okay, just to give you an idea what I did. Of course, this is working one hand, so it's going to be a goat screw. But what I did is I used this little block of 2x4 that I drilled a hole in that will hold a Sharpie. And I just put it here, and then I went around it to give me that, what would you say that is, 3 or 4 inches probably? To give me that 3 or 4 inches of overlap that's going to sit on top of the fender, and I'll cut my pleats into that. So give me a second, and I'll cut this out. It's really easy to cut. I'll cut it with a pair of scissors. I'll show you in just a second. Put my glove on. This stuff can get sharp. It'll cut your fingers if you're not careful. I'd much rather be careful. This is where the end of the fender is in theory anyways. Now this doesn't have to be perfect, but you can see that it cuts really nice. It's not bad at all. Now you reach some of the stuff that's double vinyl glued together, it can get pretty thick. I'm going to finish cutting this off camera. You get the picture. Alright, so we've got our pleats cutted. We've got our pleats cut. It's not going to be perfect. Now I noticed quickly that I don't have to actually cut like little pieces of pizza out of this, pizza slices. I can just kind of cut them. And I can kind of overlap them, just drop a magnet on there and it'll hold it. And that doesn't matter what it looks like because I've got this piece of vinyl also from that crappy piece of you-know-what pool that I'm going to put over the top here and finish the thing off. Now is it going to be perfect? Nope. But it is going to be almost free. So I'm going to do a little bit more work and come back and let you see what happens. What I'm doing is I'm taking our Loctite, vinyl, plastic, fabric, blah blah blah, super glue stuff, and I'm just, sit you in a picture here, I'm just putting a blob of it there and doing that. And then I go to the next guy. He's going to get some too, right here, get you in a picture. Just like that. I think I'm almost out of this stuff. I might have to go get another tube of this, but you kind of get the picture, right? I'm kind of surrounding it. And then I'm going to put it down, and I give it put some magnets around it. Here, I'll show you. Here's some of the other ones. This is one I just did, just to give you an idea of how this vinyl stuff works. To give you an idea how it works, see that? I don't know if you see that. See how you can pull it apart, but right now it's curing. So what I do is I'll take it and I'll flip her down like that. And I can see that there's all that vinyl glue right there, just like that. And what I also do is I have just a ton of these magnets. What I started a business making, you know, the ratchet strap. You put your ratchet strap down here and you hook it down here so you can hold your dryer in. You walk around the other side and your hook falls off, right? I was making magnets with an O-ring that you can tie on your ratchet straps. Anyways, so to hold your hook on, so when you walk around the other side, you're not in a Lowe's parking lot swearing at your trailer. Unfortunately, I was the only one on earth that thought that was a good idea, so I just had to kind of let that one go. I mean, I could still use it for my personal stuff, and my buddies all have them. I gave them to them because I made a whole bunch of them. But that sometimes is the way it goes. Now you can see that I've got this all the way around. I got a little carried away on a couple of these cuts, as you can see. I got a little carried away. That's okay. This is to cover up the tire. It's not to protect the fender. All right, there it is. All done. Walk over here, take a look at it. There's a compost pile. In case you're interested. I don't know why you would be. All right, there it is. Now, we've got some leftovers on the side here. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. Probably leave it. It's easier. And again, I got a little bit carried away with the cuts. But what's cool is this was going to go right in the trash. So, and you can see that when you just, I mean, that just is great. Those magnets are so strong that they not only will give you blood blisters when you get your skin between two of them, they also stick really super good. So I don't think this is going to blow off. This is the second one. Let's go over here. This will be the first one. The first one, of course, I just made out of one piece. Did that off camera. I think the second one looks better, but this one works good too. I mean, it's got a lot more magnets on it. You can see every circle there is basically a magnet. I went kind of overboard, and I used a lot of glue on it too. That's why I ran out of glue. In fact, I still have some of these magnets holding it on. Oh, listen to that. That is great. I mean, that thing sticks. So I think this is great. I think this worked out fine, and the summer waves didn't totally bone me. I could use the material for something else, which is great. It doesn't end up in landfill, right? So, this wrap around the house. I hope you liked the video. Consider subscribing to the channel, and thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.